Hello, I'm Emma. I'm a software engineer at Google, and I'm so excited to introduce Gigi. Um, she's so motivated and ambitious, but also grounded and down to earth, and genuinely excited about the things she's working on. When she's not taking a bunch of AP classes, she's in like several sports teams that seem to be doing incredible, and she really enjoyed them. And without further ado, I'd love to hand it over to Gigi, who will talk about what she worked on.
Hi, I'm Gigi. I'm a junior at Marymount. Next. Sorry. My mentor, as you just heard from her name is Emma. She's a software engineer at Google, and her office is in New York City, and she lives in New York City. And I actually got the pleasure earlier this year to visit her in her office, which was amazing. And she grew up in New York City and graduated from Barnard. She majored in computer science and she minored in math. She loves literature and creative writing and hopes to focus on her writing later in life after her career as a software engineer. She's never been big on team sports, but she likes to run, and she might even join an adult sports league later. And she likes to spend time with her friends, try new things, see new places, as we talk about every Tuesday about our weekends and all the new things that she tried. She spends a handful of time knitting. Next. So my project was the Marymount Sports Center. And the Marymount Sports Center is a website that allows users to input data of the current Marymount sports team that they're on. And the website then compares that data with the performance of the past Marymount sports teams. And I wanted to work with coding and web development, as well as data collection, and combine all of those with my love for sports. Because as I said, I'm on multiple Marymount sports teams, and I just love Marymount sports and sports in general. So it was a nice medium in between the two. I spent a majority of my time with Magic working on Python and learning how to build web apps with Flask, which is a Python framework, which you import into the Python code. And I've created like a mock website. As you'll see later, I prioritize the functionality of the website rather than the aesthetics of it. And I hope to continue to work on this project and make it everything I hope and dream. Next. So this was my initial graphic design of my project, and this is the full aesthetically pleasing version that I am striving for and will continue to work towards. Next. And then this is just some of the code that sets up my website. So at the top, you have the various like dictionaries and data that has the different soccer or the different sports teams, the different highlights of the sports teams, the data categories in which you'll input, as well as some like fake data, because I haven't implemented the real data into it yet. And then below that is the templates for each web page of my website. And so you have like the homepage and the different sports pages. Next. And then this is the actual user interface of the website. As you can see, the aesthetics aren't all there, but it's functional, and that's what matters. So the homepage kind of just sets up, it has the title Marymount Sports Center, as well as like a welcome and description message of what the website does. And then you have the choice to choose. Currently, I only have soccer, volleyball, basketball, and lacrosse on there, but I hope to add more sports as I build the website. And then once you click on one of the sports, as you can see below, if you click on soccer, it'll have the highlights. And then you can choose either to input your season data or your game specific data. Next. And then these are the places, these are just the two pages in which you can input your data. And once you press the submit button, it'll bring you to, I don't have a photo of this, but I'll bring you to a page where, for example, it will say your team performed better than the team of 2017, or your team scored more goals in this game against Sacred Heart than they did in 2015. Okay, next. Then my experience with Magic was definitely a magical one. And so some of my highlights were working with a mentor, and specifically Emma, because I loved working with her. I think the things I liked most about working with a mentor was it kept me motivated. It provided me with like new insight, and Emma gave me a bunch of advice as to what to do with my code, and then also just what to do with my life. And also in Magic, I liked having the freedom to create whatever I wanted, because when I went into this, there was absolutely no guidelines. I could do whatever, which was challenging because I had so many like endless opportunities, but it was so rewarding to do something that I actually cared about. And it made me so much more interested in the project and made me more motivated to work on it. Some of the lessons I learned was that things don't always work the first time, or like the second time or the third, and that errors are definitely inevitable, especially in code, but also just across all aspects of life. And so I learned to approach my errors with an open mind, and I now consider them a point at which success is attainable rather than a failure. Something I also learned that Emma literally just told me on Tuesday, but is to never put yourself down, because she told me when we ran through this project that at some of it, I put my project down because I didn't achieve everything I wanted to, but she said, highlight what you do achieve and not the downsides. So that's something that I also learned. And some of the challenges were that errors in my code were obviously frustrating, as I said, and I had to prioritize my commitments and manage like meetings and emails, because this like Magic wasn't a class that I had to attend every week. There wasn't like specific homework that I had to do. So just to keep myself motivated and keep myself on task was a challenge, but I think I prevailed, hopefully. And limiting my aspirations was the last challenge, because I dream big and that's always a good thing, but it's important to be realistic. And it's also definitely a challenge for people to maintain realistic and maintain your goals and priorities. So next, thank you. Thank you.
Great job. That was fantastic. I am going to open it up for questions now. So feel free, if you're on Zoom, to type a question in the chat or take yourself off of mute and ask the question, or in the room, you can share away as well. And Gigi, if it's in the room, if you wouldn't mind repeating it so that everyone can hear.
Yeah, surely.
Curious, like, do you know how like lacrosse has performed this year compared to other years?
She said, do I know how lacrosse has performed this year compared to the other years? I actually have not gotten the data from Mr. Cook yet, because he's been reluctant to give me the data. But considering we've never won a championship and we did this year, I'd say better. So
You won yesterday, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just in case you didn't hear that, their team won the championship yesterday. So yay, Gigi.
Congratulations. Oh man, so many
thank
accomplishments.
you.
That's fantastic.
I have a question.
Mhm.
That was an amazing presentation
Thank you.
and work, Gigi. I love how you combined your interest with sports and like exploring this new realm of web development. I was wondering if you've approached the school about them using the website for, tracking and stats and stuff.
I asked if I have approached the school about using the website to track stats. I have talked about it with Mr. Cook and I have met with him. He has a lot on his mind because of the new building, as he says, but he definitely will keep an open mind. And I really hope that's something that we can do. So.
I have a question. Is this something that individuals could use as well if they're wanting to see their own improvement year over year?
I think definitely like a different, I don't know how specifically to get the website off the platform, and I'm probably going to ask Emma about that because I coded it on like Google Colab. So I guess my next step after finishing like all the like small details is to give it out to, or like export it to other people so they can use it, and maybe use only input personal data that you can then compare across years, have like maybe author like accounts. That would be cool. So possibly, yeah.
Great. I had a comment. So this is Ira. Very good project. Congratulations to both you and Emma. And I just wanted to make a comment about dreaming big. I think you should always dream big, and as long as you have the pragmatic side of it. So it's never a challenge to dream big. It's just a challenge to make sure that you have the pragmatic part of it. So never give up dreaming big. Thank you.